Thank you for taking the time to view this quick start tutorial for the Titan Coaching Hub. If you're watching this today, chances are you're at the beginning of an engagement with Titan Business Development Group, and for that, I sincerely congratulate you. So the question remains, why software at all? Well, if you haven't experienced this already, when your coaching is underway, you'll find that it's the stuff of having you stretch and challenge yourself in ways that you're not yet natural with. You'll be regularly getting new insights, ideas, and clarity from your coach, and then regularly putting all of that into action. And commonly you and your coach will be creating an action plan and then following through on it, reviewing it, and modifying as may be necessary. And by default, all of these insights, actions, and things to follow through on comprise quite the collection of information for you to keep track of. Not keeping track of these things means that insights fade, actions get forgotten or confused, and follow through just doesn't happen. Does this at all sound familiar? Well, managing this information becomes twice as difficult when you consider the importance of keeping your coach in the loop on how things are going, which is important because knowing how things are going is one of the keys to effectively guiding you. So that's the crux of the matter. Why software? Titan Coaching Hub is going to serve your coaching relationship as the way to capture the insights, record the action plans, assist you in following through, and let your coach better support you. And by better support you, I mean that wisdom from your coach will be recorded and available for easy reference later. Your actions will be clearly planned and unambiguously ready to be carried out. Your goals will be set up and ripe for regular tracking with minimal effort. And reminders will be in place to keep you moving forward as the days go by. With the aid of the Titan Coaching Hub, your progress will be more rapid, your results more tangible, and your experience more fun. So on your screen are the fundamental building blocks of the Titan Coaching Hub that will enhance your coaching and contribute to your success. Note that these components are presented as a circle. This is because they interact with and feed off each other. We'll be looking at each of these in turn, cover the basics of what everything means, learn how to set up and use each, and reveal a few non-obvious features as well. So let's now take a walkthrough of the Hub. Your coach already has or will provide you with an account registration link. We'll start out by entering the system as our fictitious client user, Brian Jarvis, and we come up on the main screen of your dashboard. Navigation is handled on the left-hand sidebar over here. The links and tabs to navigate with are your Overview tab, your Stream, Session Notes, Actions, Journals for journal entries, your worksheets, Files, and other metrics. Here in the first one, the Overview, you'll find a nice summary of your upcoming assignments and appointments. For each item you'll find, if appropriate, when it was created and when it's due. And due dates over here are color-coded. Red means it was late. Green means it's on time, and you see the dates that you have to help you in your planning process. And yellow means it's about to become late. In this case, this one happens to be due today. So in this fashion, you can go in at any point in time and take an overview of what you have coming up and plan accordingly. Toward the right here, you'll see an opportunity to view all of your appointments that have been scheduled by your coach. Your coach will set automatic email reminders to you, but you can always change them or add to different frequencies by clicking on the gear icon, reminders, and then setting as many reminders as you need. Your Stream tab allows you to view a summary of what you've done in the system. This is a nice quick way to gauge your overall progress under your coach. The controls on the right of the screen allow you to specify which items you'd like to show in the stream. In this case, we have all items showing in this stream: session notes, actions, journal entries, worksheets, files, metrics, and messages. You can use this at any point in time to filter out if you're trying to find, let's say, session notes from a session that you took 2 months ago. You and your coach can also record comments on each item within the stream, making this a good way to keep the conversation going between sessions on things of concern. And you'll notice that under each item, you have an add comments box. Add. This will go to the coach. The coach will receive an email that you have a comment in the section. He'll reply to that email, and his email reply will appear in the comment section as well, so that you can keep a ongoing journal of the conversation you had with your coach. You can also mark your items done by checking the box to the left of each item. This will automatically bring you to the Actions tab, which we'll look at below in a minute, and mark it off there as well. So in short, both the Overview tab and the Stream tab show you different summaries of activities that have occurred. The Overview mainly gives you a summary of actions you still need to take and their statuses, while the Stream shows you the flow of different things that have already been entered in the system. Note too that the Overview tab doesn't show file uploads, but those will show up in the Stream. Your session notes. Your session notes are the summary notes your coach made about your session and are good points of both review and future reference. Click on any session note to read it, and note that you do not make a session note in here yourself. Your coach makes them after the session. Your session notes will be filled out on a worksheet that your coach will assign to you automatically after every session. So once you go into session notes and you want to read your coach's note, you simply go in, pick the session, click on it, read the note. Actions. The action screen shows you all the action items to work on that your coach has entered into the system. Note that most are grouped by the session that generated them. In this case, they're all assigned together. Okay, we assign action items together quite often when they are generated through the same coaching session. You can also add your own action item by clicking the plus sign next to the word action or the plus action bar up here. To add your action, simply write your description of what that action is, assign a due date to it, assign it to a project if you have a project and you'd like to keep all your related action items together, or what we most often do, keep them together by session. And you can set, again, as many reminders as you need to set. And you could also add comments. Note here too, you can mark your action items as completed. Once an action item is marked completed, your coach is notified that that item was completed so that he can review it and make comments if appropriate. And it also removes them from your Overview tab so that they no longer stand out there as items waiting for you to take care of. Next in line is our journal. This is where you keep your notes about things you've thought of along the way. Your ideas, your golden nuggets, notes, anything at all. You can review all your past and current journal entries here. And to add, use the plus sign next to the journal link name or the box up here in the upper right-hand corner. Make your journal entry. If you're not completed and you want to come back and work on it later, simply click Save. Once you've completed your journal entry, click Complete. And on this box, you will mark it. Do I want to share this journal entry with my coach, or do I want to mark it private for my eyes only? So for example, you may seek your coach's comments on the journal entry you've made, so you would share it with him or her. Or you may wish to keep them private because of the personal nature, but importance to you. Under Worksheets, your coach may assign your worksheet to complete that can be populated right on your screen. One classic example is going to be your session notes. Your coach will send you a session note template that has pre-filled questions, and you're going to look to answer those same questions each session. You will mark in your responses, click Save if you're coming back to it later to complete it. If you're all done with it, click Complete, and your coach will be notified that it's there, and he will be able to review, and you'll be able to keep a record of it as well. Next is Files tab. Files, this is where you and your coach share files. You'll note that there are folders just like any typical computer file structure. In each folder lies subfolders, as many as you need, and you fill your files into them. Always click the Up folder to head back up the folder tree. And one of the ways that we typically advise our clients to use this is we start out with a folder called the Coaching Engagement Documents from Coach. And this is where your coach puts all of your files. And you'll receive an email and an action item and those should explain which file you're looking for, name-wise as well as folder-wise. You would print it out, complete it, scan it, and upload it back, and this time we suggest putting it into a file called your uploaded files for the coach. In this example, we can grab one out. You can also move your files among folders at will with a drag and drop feature. Next, we have metrics. This is where the coach or you can set up a way to track progress, a plan, steps, etc. You may, for example, have a goal of making 200 calls a month. This is where you or your coach set up a metrics to track that progress, where you would go in and enter your daily number of calls made and let the system tracker tally, while also letting your coach know how things are progressing, so he or she can step in and give you a gentle nudge if you're falling off track. Your coach will spend more time with you on these metrics, so we will just have a brief overview of how they work. For starters, your metrics have these carrots at the top. We suggest that you keep them in the up mode so that the metric names are collapsed, so that you can see them much easier than if they were all expanded. When it comes time to enter a metric, you simply click on that metric, the down arrow, right? And if you're ready for data entry, the system will automatically put a date field in here for you to make your entry. None of these. This last one is ready for an entry. So you would enter your number, and the system would track it. Again, we'll talk a lot more about metrics as the coach assigns them to you so that you can float about them much easier. And I'd like to give you a word on emailing your coach from the hub as well. If you want to email your coach and capture the question or conversation in the hub stream, send the email from within the hub or system using this envelope icon next to the coach's picture. That will allow the stream to capture your email as well as any responses back and forth. If you wish to email your coach outside of the hub, you're not interested in keeping that email collected within your stream, then click on the email link. So again, to mail from within the hub, simply click on the envelope icon by your coach's picture. The stream will now capture the conversation for later reference. So lastly on this, we also recommend that you read the manual, The Basic Mechanics of Using the Titan Coaching Hub. A copy should be in your hub's library under Files in the Administrative folder, or your coach can also provide a copy. So, putting it all together, how should I be using the hub? Well, you should follow this rough general outline for using the system, though you might find a better way of using it once you gain familiarity. Remember, this is a tool, so use it how it best works for you. So for starters, prior to each meeting, you may want to review the last session's notes and any journal entries that you made. You also want to make sure any completed action items are marked complete. Okay. Then you'll meet with your coach. You'll have your coaching session. Afterwards, you'll receive emails letting you know when notes, files, and tasks are entered into the hub by your coach. Then you'll log in and take a look at your Overview tab to get a general collective picture of things you need to do, as well as see the color status of open items. Then you'll look at your Stream tab to see comments, details, etc. You can also comment back and forth with your coach here under any item, and the responses back and forth will stay associated with whatever items you may be sending the question or comment from. Then you'll look under your worksheets for any worksheets that your coach sends you. Again, monthly, you should receive a worksheet for your session notes. Then you'll look in your actions items to see your assigned or self-assigned actions, due dates, and any that are outstanding. Remember to mark them off as they're done, and you'll grab any files that the coach sends to you to download, complete, scan, and upload back. And remember to share them with your coach, the button down below, unless they're all files for you alone. Then you'll make any metric entries for which you've been set up, and use the hub as an ongoing tool, and also revisit the hub between sessions for any additional communications, notes, activity, action items, metric tracking, etc. You'll receive emails alerting you to new items or comments from your coach, and as long as you share with your coach, he or she will always see your activity as well. And last but not least, please don't hesitate to call your coach if you need any help. Best of luck to you for your success. Have a great day.